Are you eager to start your own t-shirt business, but you don't know where to start? Well, today I want to share with you 5 things that you must do before you launch your t-shirt line.
I got the pen sold to the sword, so what's right indoors. Into the phones that they ain't want me in. When now I'm sipping coffee, sharing stories with the bosses, just a serving of his glory. Oh, got a problem with mediocrity and people who throw stones and then be fronting like.
Hey guys, I'm Janice Renee and welcome to my channel where we talk about faith and entrepreneurship on a budget. Today, I want to share with you some things that you have to do before you start your t-shirt line. And I know that you are eager to start your own t-shirt line. I was eager when I started my t-shirt line and I made a lot of mistakes. And in fact, I don't think my t-shirt line was as successful as it could have been if I had implemented these steps before I launched. So before I get into the tips, I want to share with you a little bit about my t-shirt line and how I actually got started. So I have a t-shirt company called Espresso Apparel, and I'm going to write the name right here. And I know espresso is hard to say. And the reason why is because I thought I was going to be really clever and come up with a name that incorporated 2 things that were really important to me. Espresso, i.e. coffee, and faith, or the word soul. So I put the word espresso and soul together and came up with Espresso. And it was a Christian t-shirt line, and I would have, cool little sayings on t-shirts and such, and that's how I got started. I actually linked the video where I actually talk about how to get started with $0, which everything in that video is completely valid. I just wish I would have done these things first before I actually did that. So if you watch that video, then you know that I actually got started using Vistaprint, where I created a t-shirt that said Christ coffee, conditioner, and coconut oil. And I got a lot of feedback from it, and a lot of women really liked it, particularly Black women, because we know that coconut oil is everything. Coconut oil is bae. It is. So I got started with that particular t-shirt. And then what would happen is I just started having a whole bunch of different ideas and thought, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it on a website. And because I had Printful and I can just create the shirt literally in 30 minutes, I can have a whole t-shirt on my website. So that's what I started doing. But the problem was that nobody was really buying it all like that. I mean, I made some sales. I absolutely made some sales. And to this day, I can go out to a church or out to my school, and some of my colleagues and some people from church will have my t-shirt on, which is really, really, really dope. I actually even had the opportunity to do a vending show, which I failed at because only one person bought a t-shirt, but shout out to that one person that bought the t-shirt. So the issue is that I didn't implement any of these steps before I actually launched. And that's why I want to help you, because I don't want you to fail with your t-shirt company like I did. Let's jump into 5 things that you need to do before you launch your t-shirt business. So the first thing you're going to want to do is to do market research. You're going to want to first figure out what your niche is and who else is doing what you're trying to do in your niche. You need to figure out who your competition is, and you can see what people are actually buying and what they're not buying. You don't want to copy them because that's just flat out wrong, and you can get sued for it. So you don't want to copy them, but you do want to look and see what other people are doing, and particularly what successful t-shirt businesses are putting out there. You also want to figure out who your target audience is within your particular niche. And when you figure out who your target audience is, then you want to figure out what kind of stuff do they want. You're not creating a t-shirt for you, you're creating a t-shirt for them. And so you want to make sure that the t-shirt appeals to them, that the t-shirt is something that resonates with them, that the message behind the t-shirt is something that they're going to want to purchase, and not just something that you like and you thought was cool. Because a lot of times people may or may not buy what you think is cool, but they're going to buy what they think is cool. And so you want to get into their brain to figure out what they think is cool. Search on Facebook, search on Instagram, search even on YouTube, but you definitely want to do your market research and even figure out whatever season that you want to launch, and you want to make sure that the colors of your t-shirts coincide with that season. And so it's a lot more than just putting a cool saying on a t-shirt or a nice little design on a t-shirt and just selling it. Number 2, you're gonna want to do some sample testing. So with me, With the exception of the Christ Coffee Conditioner Coconut Oil, prior to this summer, I was not ordering samples to look at them to see if they actually looked good, because they might look different in person than they do online using the mock-up generator that Printful has. So you're gonna wanna order some sample testing so you can make sure that the colors look the way you want them to look, so you can make sure that the fabric of the shirt is everything that you want it to be, that it's the best quality that you want it to be. You may not wanna use Gildan, you may wanna use Bella Canvas or whatever brand that you want to use. Also, I would recommend that you share your idea with a couple close friends who could tell you the truth. What I've started doing was texting my friends and being like, hey, what do you think about this shirt, and would you buy it if it wasn't me? Because a lot of times your friends are gonna buy things just because they want to support you, and that doesn't necessarily mean that other people are gonna buy it. And even sometimes they buy it and they're not even in your target audience. So you wanna make sure that you select some friends who are in your target audience and ask them what they think about the shirt. And then you wanna make sure that you wear the shirt out a couple times and gauge how people are responding to it. If nobody asks you about your shirt, if you post a picture of your shirt online with a cool little caption and nobody asks you where did you get your shirt from, then you might wanna go back to the drawing board and think again about what it is that your ideas are. And then once you actually start getting some feedback on your shirts, you might want to give a couple away so that you can have friends who are walking around advertising your design. Number 3, choose a good name. Oh my God, clever is cool, but easy to say is far better. Like, if I could go back and redo it, I definitely would not have chosen Espresso Apparel, because, like, think about it. Like, when you go and buy Espresso Apparel URL, which ain't nobody else got, because that's not even like a word. Like, nobody even knows what that is. So when you go and buy a URL and you're trying to tell people that this is where you can get my shirt, they're gonna be confused and they're probably gonna spell it wrong, and they're gonna have to go online to figure it out. They're gonna have to stalk you on your social media, find you on your social media, when all you had to do was pick something that was easy to say and easy to remember. Also, you're gonna wanna search the trademark website to make sure that the name of your brand is not already taken. Because if it is, you're not gonna be able to use it, or you're going to get sued. Trust me. I never got sued, but you definitely just don't want to get sued. Number 4, you're gonna wanna make sure that you have a clear brand identity. Your t-shirt line is gonna be either a part of your personal brand or it's going to become a brand of itself. And so you need to be intentional about what that brand is, what that brand message is, and what message you're trying to get across to your customers. What colors are you using? Are those colors coinciding with the message that you're trying to convey to your audience? What is your logo? Does your logo make sense? Is it all over the place? Did you pay $5 on Fiverr and it looks like trash? You definitely want to make sure that you give intentional care to what your brand identity is when you're creating a t-shirt line. And then number 5, pre-sales, pre-sales, pre-sales. Family, do pre-sales. And let me tell you why. Pre-sales keep you from having to spend money that you may or may not already have. And even if you have it, you don't want to waste money. What pre-sales does is it allows you to create and order a demand for particular sizes and particular colors and stuff without you having to guess what your customers may or may not buy. You're gonna wanna do pre-sales so that you can already know what to order, so that if people don't buy it, you don't just have 150 shirts sitting in the trunk of your car or sitting in your closet because nobody bought them. So pre-sales saves you a lot of time and a lot of money. Also, you can do pre-sales if you're going to do Printful. I would say start out with pre-sales, and then you'll be able to purchase all the shirts at a discounted rate, and you'll make a little bit more money than if you were to just post them on your website immediately. Do an entire launch strategy where you set up the launch prior to actually them going live on your website where people can buy them. And if you do pre-sales, then you can already have money sitting in your account that Printful will draw from in order to fulfill the order. So I hope that was helpful, and I want you to tell me if you have any more tips or any more ideas on things that you should do before you launch your t-shirt line. Comment below, or if you have any questions, let's engage in this conversation together. And remember to like, comment, and share this video with anybody else that you know who might be interested in starting a t-shirt business. And I look forward to seeing you guys in the next video.